Showtime, what a night. This is since 1900, okay? First starting pitcher to hit leadoff home run in regular or postseason. First starting pitcher to hit multiple home runs in a postseason game, and a first starting pitcher with 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts in the same game. Let me add a little bit of context, but first, let's go to this first inning. I don't know if you could be more impactful in a single inning, Pedro. He goes out there on the mound. How's he gonna pitch? We don't know. Strikes out the side, and boy, was it beautiful.
Well, I told you the other day that every game has a different DNA, and every game could be different. Well, there you have it. You have a guy that hasn't pitched in 13 days, goes out there, strikes out the side, and then he comes over like probably 2 minutes after, and hits a homer. And not only that, he didn't stop there. He ended up with 3 ding-dong Johnsons and 10 Ks. I mean, I'm glad I'm alive to witness what I'm witnessing from not only from this team, but from Shohei Ohtani, who might end up as the most unique individual that ever stepped in a baseball field.
All right, they're getting ready to get it popping, and we will have full coverage of that as well. Bob Gibson was the only pitcher to ever strike out 10 and hit a home run. He did it in the World Series in '67 and '68. He did not hit multiple home runs. Shohei did 10 Ks and 3 home runs. There's a million stats. How about this? Tonight was Ohtani's second career multiple home run game while pitching. Babe Ruth did it once. I mean, we're talking Bob Gibson, we're talking Babe Ruth, and now Shohei Ohtani.
You know, it's crazy. You hear these stats of Babe Ruth and Bob Gibson way back when, but as you move into 2020, 2025, 2050 and beyond, you always doubt, like, did it really happen?
Right.
But here you get a chance to see it, and you got a chance to watch it and experience the crowd and the reaction. We're in the green room, and we felt the bass from the speakers, so we knew something big was about to happen, but we didn't think it was going to be like this out of the stadium, and everyone's going to have something to talk about because they've witnessed it, and you'll be able to play it back on repeat to show them.
The Dodgers will put a plaque where that ball hit. 469 feet, that second home run. Ohtani hit over 1,300 feet of home runs tonight, Jimmy Rollins. Each of them as impressive as the last.
That's a lot of home runs, and you know, you guys have brought us some great points. Pedro talked about DNA. I don't think he has DNA. I think we found him on another planet, and we injected him with some alien juice, and they put him in a form of a human named Shohei Ohtani. And there were guys that have changed the game, and we hear about it in other sports. Jordan, LeBron,
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah. Bob Gibson, what happened? He was so good they had to lower the mound. Shohei, he has his own rule. You can pitch and be a DH. That way, when you're done pitching, we still want you in the game. That's how special he is. And you're talking about 1,300 feet of home runs. Man, only one guy can do that. Yeah. Actually, 2 guys. One of them isn't playing it. The other guy's already fishing somewhere.
Yes.
But the guy that we're watching now and what we're seeing is special. So I hope that everybody out there is really taking this in, because this is a generational player. You say these guys come around once in a lifetime. I'm glad he's here in our lifetime.
Can we take another look at the 469-foot Ding Dong Johnson? Because that one, I felt like the stadium was shaking to its core, Pedro.
Well, this is impressive. I always expect him to hit homers, but to hit that kind of distance, it's like to another level. When you watch him, and we were talking in the pregame about facing Ohtani, and you know the amount of pitches he has. He has 100 for you too in the fastball. We were arguing over that, but we never thought that we were gonna witness a homer at that distance. So Ohtani is like taking everything he does to the next level and beyond. It's like Ohtani's hanging the standard so high that most of us are gonna have to take a plane to get there. So I don't have enough words to describe how impressed I am with the way Ohtani has handled not only in the field but off the field, his physical body to actually be able to do those things that he's doing. It's impressive. I would love to sneak in and see his routine. Just
watch him work
out.
Oh
my God, it doesn't come across my mind how this guy probably prepared to do all these things that he does at such a high level.
What's it like to see your former teammate leading this group of guys, Dave Roberts?
I'm full of pride, and I'm so grateful for him, and I'm so happy to see him do this. if there is someone that could probably tell you, I don't want to give anybody any lead or anything in this game, is Dave Roberts, because he became part of history and he made us champions to all of us after 86 years waiting in Boston.
The Dodgers are the first team since the Phillies in '09 to win a World Series and make it back. We have not had back-to-back champions in this sport in 25 years, the longest of the 4 major sports. You know how tough it is. You got back to that mountaintop. You fought against the Yankees to win. They're in this situation now. What is in store for them, whether it is the Mariners or the Blue Jays?
I think they have a pretty good chance. I mean, this team is so good on all levels, the way their pitching is going right now. But when you get there, you're not thinking about, honestly, winning back-to-back, because you have to win game 1, and then game 2, and then a third, then a fourth. That's all you're really thinking about. And then when it's over, either you got the job done or you didn't. They're very prepared. We talked about it, I think, yesterday, how they are the best team. They know they're the best. They have the expectations of being the best. They seem to gloat with that. Like, we want to show you that we're the best right now, but we want you to talk about us when you talk about the greats, this run that we're on. When you mention the Yankees of the early 1900s and all those other generational teams in other sports, you have to talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers and what they're doing right now with this squad, with Shohei, the best player. And not only that, everybody else chips in. It's not like they just ride them off to the sunset. Everybody does something. And when you're getting that, it makes your better players great.
And it's amazing to watch that this team has, we had Kershaw up here talking about the pitching, the bullpen, and this rotation. One of the things that's always a worry when you win this early, you're going to have some time off, and it could possibly cool the bats off. Even if it does, that pitching staff and that rotation, that's one of the things that typically doesn't calm down. And when you can run 4 arms out there the way that they can do multiple times, and they were even mentioning that Ohtani could come out of relief if this series would have extended, or definitely expect him to do that in the World Series. I mean, they have weapons upon weapons upon weapons. And remember, offensively, they really hadn't clicked much of this series until tonight. And tonight, the top 3 of the lineup, the top 4 of the lineup got it going. Prior to that, it was the bottom 4 or 5 of the lineup. So even if the offense gets a little cool, like you can sometimes see with a lot of time off, those arms are going to step up in a big way.
Ohtani came into this game batting 2 for 11 in the series. Pitching-wise, the starters, a .63 for the series. 4th lowest in any series since ER became an official stat in 1912. I also want to say this. Ohtani took batting practice, and since then he had a triple in his first at bat. He did this today, and he was hitting home runs out of the park, the same area. I'm wondering if the visualization played a key, but I just want you guys are all some of the best teammates in major leagues. This is the batting practice. Could this have woken this man? Is this maybe the key to what we saw tonight?
For sure. We talked about, you know, how much he hits in the cage. He doesn't go out there, and I think that's part of his preservation. He can't go out there and exert himself every day. He has to keep something in the tank because he does both sides. But when you go out there and you're seeing the ball leave the ballpark, not just hit the top of a cage, it's like, okay, that's what it feels like. When I pull the ball, this is what it feels like. When I go oppo, this is what it feels like. In a cage, that may feel good. You come out here and it's just a fly ball to the warning track. Seeing the ball go out the yard not only builds your confidence, but it gives you something to feel. When you hit the ball, there's something that happens in your body. Your DNA wakes up and is like, oh, here we go. And I said it this last series. Sometimes it takes one swing, and it doesn't have to be a hit. It can be a foul ball, and everything lines up. And we saw it line up pretty well these last 2 nights.
Kershaw's shirt is off.
All right. They barely wear pants.
They barely wear pants.
And nobody more deserving than Clayton Kershaw. But it's intriguing to me as we were watching how Ohtani evolved into this game today.
Okay.
It was like a pretty sneaky routine. We didn't get to see so much more of his routine, but it seemed to be working exactly how he executed today. And it's really nice to see that he was able to kind of block the bad moments that he was having and put it all together within 3 days to actually come over today and just grab the MVP, you know, pretty much single-handedly.
Yes.
Win the game by himself. It is amazing. That's why I think it's so intriguing to see how Ohtani prepares, because everything he did seemed to come into play today, including that hitting BP outside. He never asked for that, and he did it. So he probably knows himself even better than people have seen.
I think what's pretty special, too, is he's on the podium with Shohei. This is about my team. He gets up there, we're watching him celebrate in the locker room. He's the one going up to other guys and pouring the beers over their head. He never seems like he's too big for the game, even though he is the biggest in the game.
Well, he definitely wanted to make sure everybody has some sake, too. You know, you got to make sure everybody's enjoying that. But Mookie said something amazing yesterday. Our Michael Jordan has not been going. And the fact that everybody on their team look at him that way, everybody in the stadium looks at him that way. You walk throughout the concourse, it's Ohtani jersey after Ohtani jersey after Ohtani jersey. And to be able to put all that aside when everyone's wanting you to get a big hit and you're starting to get through a little bit of a slump, you figure something out, and the next thing you know, you get it going on the biggest stage to send your team to the World Series. He needs to do 2 shots of sake tonight to celebrate.
We thought it was 2. He's going to have to do 3.
Oh, that's right. You got to get
3
3
shots of sake.
Oh, you're leaving me out.
No, just Shohei. We are taking 4 each.
Oh, okay.
We'll do the 3.
Pedro,
He gets the
we're
1
gonna
for the
be
strike.
doing
Pedro, you know what we got for you, brother.
Yeah.
Tito!
No, Tito. I remember Ohtani said everybody should have a good sake.
Yeah, the good stuff.
More sake, more happy. They don't like sake.
Dodgers 9-1 this postseason, 24-6 in their last 30.